Hey folks, it's the start of a brand new year, which is always an exciting time because I love planning out what I want to knit for the rest of the year. And I've been seeing a ton of people doing like a make 9 challenge of all the knitting projects they want to make in the year, but there can only be 9 of them. I think that's how it works. Anyway, I think this is a really great plan because last year I did my Crafty Bingo 2025 sheet, and as you can see, I didn't go super great with it because I put way too much on. So this was 30 projects. 30 is too many, so I think if we stick to 9, it'll probably be a good time. Having said that, I also think I want to do a make 9 for crochet projects and sewing projects. So, I mean, again, I'm going to be planning way too much stuff, but I'm excited. If you're new here, hello, my name is Jules and I love knitting and crocheting and doing all sorts of crafty things. But today I need your help because I've planned 9 knitting projects for the year, and I want to know if A, you have made any of these and you absolutely love them and would highly recommend them, or B, you made them and didn't like them for whatever reason. That would be super good to know. Or C, you have a completely different idea of something I should make. Maybe you've made something you absolutely loved and would highly recommend. If so, I want to know about it. But for now, I will zoom through my make 9 plans and yeah, hopefully you like them. First up is the Rosy Sweater by Knit, and my goodness, this project looks so delightful. I absolutely love it. So I know a lot of people last year and the year before were making the Porcelain Sweater by Knit, but this Rosy Sweater is super cute. So this one was released in August last year, and a bunch of people have already made it, which is amazing because it's really nice to see all the different colors people have chosen. But I just think it looks super fun, and it's a really nice sort of big, oversized, comfy looking jumper or sweater. And I think the rose patterning on it is really cute. Also, I was having a look on Ravelry before at other people's projects, and some people have done the rose and the leaf of the color work in different colors, and that looks really cute too. But I was thinking for mine, I think I'm just going to do a black background and maybe white or cream for the flowers. Figure if I'm making a sweater this big and luxurious and using a whole bunch of what I assume will be pretty expensive yarn, I kind of want to make sure it's one that I will be able to wear all the time and that will just go in my wardrobe perfectly. But yeah, I absolutely love this one. I think it's so nice, and yeah, I'm really excited to make this. One thing I probably would change is it's got quite a high neckline, which looks really pretty and it makes it look even more cozy. I just don't know if I would 100% love wearing that, so I might do like a folded smaller collar on it. But otherwise, super cute project. And the second project is the Cloud Sweater by Petite Knit, because I feel like everyone's made this. It seems to be a super popular pattern, and I kind of like how basic and plain it is. I feel like it'd be a fun one to make and then maybe even sort of modify a little bit with some patterning on the front, either like some color work, something, intarsia, or even duplicate stitch at the end. I thought that could be really fun. So this pattern, like with a lot of Petite Knit patterns, is for a merino and a mohair held together to make an equivalent 12 ply, which is a little bit bulky, which would probably be good, meaning the sweater would knit up really quickly. But there is also the option of doing the cloud blouse, which is seemingly the same pattern but adjusted for a finer gauge. So this one would be for an 8 ply equivalent pairing, which I think would be nice because it'd make the sweater a little bit sort of finer and maybe a little less bulky to wear. So I'm tossing up between these two. If you've made either of them, or if you've made both and have a preference, that would be super fun to know. The other thing I thought when I saw the cloud blouse, because it does look quite mohairy, I thought it would be nice to do potentially in stripes as well, because I really like the look of coloured mohair stripes. I feel like that's really pretty. So that could be a fun option. And then talking of stripes, we're going to move into project 3, which I've talked about before in my stripe video, but I absolutely love it. It's just so fun. It's the Loopy Stripe Cardigan by Loopy Studios. So I just love this one. I think it looks so fun, and I like the idea of doing a stripy project which could use up a bunch of my scrappy yarn that I've got, because I've got a lot of quarter and half balls of different colors but all the same yarn, so it would be really good to use them up in a project like this. And also it just looks really fun. Having said that though, it actually requires a 10 ply yarn, and most of my scraps are in an 8 ply, so I could potentially, I was thinking, put some mohair with it to sort of bulk it out to make it a 10 ply, and that way I could have the same sort of mohair color running through all the other different scrappy colors I had. I don't know, maybe it could look fun. Or potentially I can just adjust the pattern slightly to work with the 8-ply that I've got. But I was looking on Ravelry before at all the other projects people have done and they all look so good. There's some really interesting color combinations people have chosen to use. And I've also seen ones where it's just 2 colors for the stripes and that looks really nice too. So lots of options. Alrighty, so for project number 4, I saw this one on Ravelry the other day and I thought it was such a cute pattern. It's just perfect. It's the Sophia cardigan by Mochi Studios. And I absolutely love it. And also I think the particular shade of red that they chose is absolutely perfect. And I also really like the styling of all the photos in the listing as well. Everything about it is just super cute. The other thing I really like about this cardigan, as opposed to some of the other cardigan patterns I've seen, is it's got a cute little collar, which looks quite nice and structured. And it's also got little slits at the bottom, at the hem end. So I think that's really fun because sometimes it's nice to have a cardigan that sits a little bit more flat as opposed to being cinched in with ribbing. But yes, this one looks so fun and it looks like the exact sort of thing I would definitely want in my wardrobe, either in the red or I was thinking sort of like a deeper burgundy could be nice as well. Okay, so for project 5, I was thinking of doing something stripy as well because I've got a bunch of yarn that would be perfect for this. I've got like a light purple and a dark purple, which would be great for either the Olga sweater or the Olga jacket. And again, I've seen so many people making these and I feel like when a project gets super popular, I just get so excited and I want to join in the fun. So that's why I was thinking one of these Olgas could be perfect. I can't really decide between the sweater and the jacket. I feel like they'd both be pretty cute and both be really fun. So I don't know if you've made either, let me know how it went. But yeah, this is for an 8-ply yarn and I think it'd just be a fun knit. I really love knitting stripes. I feel like they just scratch an itch in my brain and it's a fun time. So I feel like either of them will be really fun. Okay, so project 6 is a little bit fun. Stay with me. I want to make a Shaun the Sheep sweater / jumper because I love Shaun the Sheep, obviously, he's the greatest guy, but I've seen the vintage sort of patterns for the Shaun the Sheep and the Wallace and Gromit sort of jumpers and they're so fun. I really love them. And I think it was Sophia on TikTok that was making a Wallace and Gromit one and it just looked so cute. So I thought I would definitely love to do the Shaun one where he's wearing his little jumper and looking really cute. So that could be fun. But also I feel like it'd be fun to work from a vintage pattern and yeah, just do some color work and make a cute little Shaun because he'll be absolutely adorable. And I was thinking for pattern number 7, it might be fun to do like one of those asymmetrical button cardigans that I saw a bunch of people making last year. So I was thinking either the Clematis sweater by Emma Meyer or Petite Knit did a similar pattern called the Valerie blouse. So yeah, maybe a slightly fun sort of asymmetrical buttony cardigan could be cute. Alrighty, so it's a lot of garments and big projects, so I need to put a couple little things in there as little knitting treats. So I was thinking a good project would be like a bandana or like a little sort of kerchief scarf would be cute because I loved making my Sophie scarves last year, but I was thinking it could be fun to have something that would be a little bit more triangular in shape and could potentially also be cute as a little head wraparound scarf thing. So I saw a pattern called the Pressed Flowers Kerchief by Amy Christophers and I thought this was really cute. The flower patterning along the border looks really nice and it just looks like it's got an interesting texture, which would be quite fun to knit. So I reckon this would be a good smaller project, but maybe one where I'm learning some additional techniques that I didn't already know, which is always good for learning. And I feel like I really like to learn those kind of techniques on littler projects so I don't get kind of overwhelmed by it. But yeah, I just thought this was really cute. But I was thinking any sort of triangular scarf with a interesting stitch pattern could be a fun project to do. And the last project for my Make 9 is some sort of hood bonnet type accessory. It's summer here in Australia now, but I've been seeing a lot of people over in colder climates making lots of cute little hoods and stuff, and I absolutely love that because I just feel like they're super fun and practical in a way that beanies aren't always necessarily the best to wear. So I feel like a hood would be really cute. So I'm not sure if I'll use a pattern for this. I'll have a little look around. I didn't see any sort of jump out at me on Ravelry, but yeah, something just cute and little and hood-like. I kind of like the idea of a bow at the front, something, yeah, that'd be fun because I made the Sophie hood last year and that was really fun, but I feel like the long scarf sections of it are almost too big and bulky for days where maybe you just need a little head covering, but you don't want to deal with all that sort of scarf nonsense. So I thought, yeah, a little cute hood would be fun. So that's my 9 projects. I've whittled it down to, and it's tricky because I feel like there's going to be a bunch of cool projects released this year. So obviously this is all stuff that might change, but at the moment, this is what I'm most excited about. I would love to know what is on your Make 9 list for the year. Let me know, and yeah, if there's anything you think I should add to my list or alter in any way, shape or form, please let me know that too. I'm probably going to do one of these videos for crochet and maybe even for sewing projects because I want to get back into sewing this year. I'll link them down in the description below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.